My God. Oh, hey, what's up, everybody? John here from the Foxbody Den with my co-host here, the world famous Ryan. We call him Jugs.
What's up? What's up?
And we are joined by a special guest today, someone that's been helping us out. This is Frank, better known on the Foxbody Den as Francis Andrew.
That's me.
And but we're going to call him Frank for the podcast. So Frank here has been helping us out with some local cars and coffees and stuff like that. Frank,
Yeah,
correct?
it's been taken off. We're having
Yeah.
a really good showing.
So for the people that don't know you, Frank, let's just get to know you a little bit. What's a little bit about yourself, some background? Yeah, tell us a little bit.
I've been into performance vehicles since high school, before high school. Total, I'm on my 8th Mustang now. 4 total Fox bodies, SN95s, had a Terminator, 2 Corvettes, and then some other random bullshit. So I've been into performance cars for quite a while. I actually managed a speed shop here in North Jersey for a while. So I'm well versed in, overall performance, but really specialties Mustangs since I've had so many of them.
So you're in North Jersey.
North Jersey, yeah. Right outside, right by MetLife Stadium.
Up by the football stadium, yeah?
Yep.
So you a Giants fan or a Jets fan, Frank?
Regrettably, a Jets fan.
Okay, we're not going to hold that against you, but we do like and appreciate that you like Fox bodies. So you've been into the Fox body thing for how long?
So going back to probably like '04, '05, I had my first one.
Okay.
I've had everything from stock, to 347 stroker that was making 400 plus wheel horse. So I've experienced both the stock slowness and the highly modified. And right now, mine's in the middle, I guess.
So you have what do you currently own right
So
now,
I
Frank?
have an '86. It's the light blue metallic regatta color. Heads cam intake, built rear, bunch of odds and ends. T56. Really fun street car. Puts down good numbers for the street. Nothing crazy, but it's fun.
86 GT, huh?
Yep.
We knew somebody that owned an 86 GT,
Yeah.
right, Ryan? Who was that
Yeah.
guy?
I don't know. That guy sold it.
That's fucking crazy. I had a couple people yesterday. Guy Doug Reinbold. He had a National Fox Day event
Yeah.
up at his house up in, I believe it's Mass.
Dude, he has cars and coffee at his house.
At his house, right? In
At
his,
his
in
house,
his
yeah.
yard, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think this was a Cars and Coffee. I think this was was like a national
Barbecue,
Fox-
right?
Was it a barbecue? Yeah.
I thought it was a barbecue.
Okay, I mean, I know it was an all-day event because I spoke to Jen from Foxy Events, and she was flying up. She was flying up to attend this event from
Yeah.
North Carolina to attend it. But then she got stuck on the tarmac, and her flight got canceled Saturday night. So she was asking me if we were gonna ride up that way, and I told her, I'd love to, but 4.5 hour drive. Eat for a barbecue. It's not. It's not something we're gonna do.
I think Blake went up there. I don't know for sure. He told me he was going.
Did Blake? Yeah, Blake.
Yeah,
Blake
he said
mentioned.
yeah, he said he was going. He was the one who told me to go.
I want to say something. About that brings up. I've been thinking about this a lot lately. I know it's been a while since we've done a podcast because we've been doing a lot of traveling and going to the shows and stuff like that. Right.
Yep.
A lot of the admins and stuff here from the den, but. What the hell is up with the Northeast, right? We're up here, Frank, right? You're in New Jersey. I'm in Staten Island, right next to New Jersey. Ryan, you're what, on Long Island, right?
No longer. Yep.
What the hell is up with the Northeast? Why has it been really difficult?
Hey,
the last
that's
20
part
years to
of
get a good show going?
what kind of fueled me to bring this up. I had messaged you a couple weeks back, about doing a Foxes and Coffee because there's nothing like it. Most of the events in northern Jersey, like when you see like a Cars and Coffee, it's imports, it's BMWs. or it's really high-end cars like Ferraris, Lamborghinis, stuff like that. There isn't something for, you know, that like
guys.
that
Fuck those guys. Who cares
90s.
about those guys?
Behave, John. Behave.
Not the import guys and the exotic guys. With Foxbody Mustangs, or Fox Mustangs in general. But go ahead.
But that, like, 90s generation of muscle cars is kind of like left out in a lot of scenes, so trying to find a group of like-minded people that you can have an excuse to take the car out, enjoy some good company. It didn't really exist. So I was like, what the hell? Let's see if there's interest. And, it's been taking off. Yeah.
You've seen it, right? I mean, everybody is doing this shit in other cities, right? North Carolina, states, North Carolina, Concord, some of the bigger shows, Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, Ponies. I mean, just what the hell is up with the Northeast? I mean, we have is this the largest metropolitan area in the United States? I know not the world, but look, the point I'm making is there's a shit ton of people here.
They're just on Facebook. They stay on Facebook. They have the car. They'll post a few pictures, and they'll never bring the car out.
So you're saying they're LARPing? That's what it is.
Comments, stuff, and
LARPing. You're saying LARPing?
LARPing. LARP.
LARPing.
Yes.
What the fuck is that? I'm getting old.
Live action role play.
Oh.
That's what it's called. So you act like you're doing something, but you're really not.
Is that the teacher in you, Frank? Is that like
no? That's more of my students kind of deal.
I'm saying you that sounds like something the young kids would.
Yeah, you gotta.
We know a few guys that's big in the community that they do that.
The LARPing?
LARPing?
What the fuck? 6'7", motherfucker. LARPing! I don't get it with this shit. Never heard that. But listen, man, we got like 8 million people in this area. 8 million people, if I'm correct. I think it's 8 million people.
Yeah.
Look, just doing numbers, there's a shit ton of Fox bodies here, right? There's got to be a shit ton of Fox bodies. Where are the shows? Like, I seen Chocolate Fox come and go, right? I mean, again, I've only been back in this. This is my third year, but I've seen even in years past. Like Jen came up here, she did the Chocolate Fox up in Harrisburg, PA. It never really took off for whatever reason.
Maybe it was a little too early for the Northeast.
Well, what's early, bro? I mean, what's early?
Like, what is it? 2020?
With the population here, you would think that there would be, a pull.
She starts a show in North Carolina, I don't know, 15 years ago, something like that. And it turns into Foxtoberfest, right? Almost 1,000 Fox bodies. We all know what that is. Are you going there this year, Frank, or no?
I wish I could.
Oh, come on, you got to travel with
the 4-month-old that is currently asleep in his crib.
That's right, I forgot. Well, we'll be there. We'll try to convince Frank to maybe bring the. No, I'm just kidding. But so they start a show.
Eventually.
They start a show in North Carolina. It turns into this big thing, right?
Yeah.
Ponies in the Smokies, Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Like you see it. Mustang Week. Again, people travel from all over to these shows, right? You got Caleb's show, Ford Takeover coming up in like a month.
What's that? Tennessee, right?
Tennessee, yep. Yeah. I think that's Southwest Tennessee. But the point I'm making is you got a shit ton of these shows outside of the Northeast, right? And they do well. They do really well. We travel to them. We have to leave the Northeast, you, me, all our friends, guys like, Dominic Spano and, Tom Schwenza, War Admiral. Like, we're all Northeastern guys, right? We have to leave this area to go find a really cool show. Why? There's so many people here. What is it? What is it about the Northeast that somebody can't seem to be putting on a good show?
The only mind for the Northeast is Carlisle.
I mean, Carlisle's cool, but 4,000 cars.
They probably saved their time for that.
What was that, Rye?
They probably save their time to just do Carlisle. Like we know a lot of guys on Long Island that they live for Carlisle. Like that's all they
Carlisle, no
talk about.
offense, Carlisle sucks. I mean, for the Foxbody, like
No, I
Fox,
get it,
I think I
but
got like 100 Fox bodies there.
yeah, all hatches.
That's 100
All
seems
hatches,
kind of
all
weak
hatches.
because the last show that Foxes and Coffee, we probably pulled 55, 60 cars.
At
No,
the
it looks,
last one.
it
Yeah.
looks, it looks, it looks good. I was looking through the videos. I seen some nice cars. Very
Yes,
nice.
some really nice cars, and a couple guys were scoping the event out to be like, is it okay for me to bring my car? I have a really low miles, like, special car. I don't take it just anywhere. I want to make sure it's safe and there's not
Well,
like
do you think that's part of the problem? Do you think that maybe
it
we have
might be.
here
I
that have
had
these
one guy.
cars?
I had a guy reach out to me who actually lives in the same town as me. I had no idea. He has a 900-mile black Foxbody GT sitting in his garage that he doesn't take out. Do you think he's just going to randomly take it out to a show that he's not comfortable taking the car out to? He's not.
It's a Fox body.
What's that?
900-mile Foxbody, but yeah, it is.
It's
It
still
is
a Fox body. You're supposed to take it out. You should have taken out his first mile and modify it.
He's saving it for the next guy. Like, I mean, again, no offense to the guys that do it. They collect. I get it, right? But really, like, is that like when I was a kid in the early '90s, mid '90s, when I started driving, right? So I'm 48 years old. I'm born '77. When I started driving, I didn't say, "Oh my God, I really want to get a Fox body one day to store in my garage." So that I could buy it for 20,000 and sell it for 100. I've always wanted to drive one, right?
That's the
I drove
experience,
a car. Yeah, my friends and I, we drag raced. We went to Carlisle. I'm not Carlisle. We went to Englishtown. They had open track Sunday nights and Wednesday night. It was a couple but we drag raced on the streets out here. Admittedly, we had areas on Staten Island. There was an area called Gulf Avenue. It was basically a one-lane service road. For the guys that are maybe listening that know, it was a starting line, and it was literally a quarter-mile line spray painted on the street for a finish line. It was done, but we did shit like that back in the day.
No, it was
right?
the same here in Northern Jersey too. Same thing. Newark and Jersey City, a lot of street racing.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the scene, right? You too, Ryan. You talked to. What about you? What were you, Queens? What was it like back then?
In the Bronx, in Brooklyn.
Yeah. What was the scene like back then? I would imagine it was pretty fucking wild. It would be even more wild than Staten Island.
I'll be honest, I started with a Volkswagen, then I went to Hondas.
Oh, all right. We're going to cut this part of the podcast out, so we're going to edit this, all right? This will be the first time we've ever edited. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes.
Listen, guys, Ryan's a cool guy. Don't hold it against him. Go ahead.
Listen, I back it up, man. Got to start somewhere. But we used to go to Hunts Point. Sometimes we used to come up to North Jersey and stuff like that back in the early 2000, 99, 2000. So there's a lot of people out, but I think a lot of guys, they don't bring out the cars. They just don't. They have a lot of nice cars. Like I was talking to Blake, and Blake said it was some nice cars right around the house from his house.
Yeah.
And he never seen the cars before, and he saw a couple of them at the Cars and Coffee.
Yeah. No,
Listen,
same thing with me. Same thing with me. There's a couple guys right around by me that don't take their cars out.
I was telling you earlier, or the other day, Ryan, how close are you to Sparta, New Jersey, Frank?
Probably about 40 minutes.
All right, well, it's north, right? I know it's North Jersey. I got a mechanic up there, Rob.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's probably one of the only ones to work on Fox bodies up in this area. Yeah.
Phenomenal, right? But every time I leave, I go there, I pick up my car, I pull it out of the driveway, I get 5 text messages like, "Oh, I saw you," and it's like motherfuckers are driving around in shop.
Yeah.
So I know there's a lot of Fox body owners up in North Jersey.
Yeah.
Right? And that's where this show primarily is. But getting back to the whole, the shows, Carlisle, really? You think Carlisle is the reason why we can't get a good show going here? Maybe Ocean City Cruise Week in May.
I think that's different, though. I think
It's a
that
big show.
it
I went
is,
there in May.
but I think it's a different type of
Everything.
vibe.
It's
You know,
everything.
overall.
Yeah, it's not a Ford event, but you really think we can't get like a Fox show in the Northeast because of Carlisle? Because I mean, I'll tell you, you get about 100 Fox bodies there.
Well, it's the same thing why Jen had an issue. We got to figure out the issue.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah.
what was the big amount of cars she got? A couple hundred?
I think the most cars she had was like 300.
Yeah, I thought it was like 400.
Was it? It might have been 300-400. I mean,
Yeah.
that's okay, but like like you get almost 1,000 cars in North Carolina. No offense to the boys in the South.
Yeah.
We travel there. Don't beat us up when we drive down this year. But I mean, there's more people up here.
Yes. I agree. There's more cars up here, too.
There's more. There should be more cars up here, right?
Dude, we got a couple hundred of them on Long Island.
Yeah, we know.
There's a
We
lot
know.
more
We know there's
rotted
shit.
out cars up here too, though.
Yes.
Because you know, Pino is scrapping cars every day. You know, that
know
are all
Pino,
rotted
yeah.
out. So, you know, we are in the Rust Belt.
Yeah, but that's why you have to do what Ryan and I have done. You have to make friends, really good friends with guys in Texas. What's up, Lee and Ray? Because that's
Yeah.
where all the rust-free Fox bodies are.
They just burnt from sun, but
And then it needs paint.
yeah.
So you got all these cars up here, and it's been difficult to get a show. And I got to commend you when you
Yep.
when you contacted me about, because admittedly, I'm going to say it now, right? Should we tell everybody, the listeners, about what we're trying to do next year?
Yeah, it's cool.
I mean, we're going to legitimately try. We've been talking about. I don't know if we're going to do it, but we've been talking about getting a nice Fox show, probably 7904 Fox,
Yeah.
Fox chassis, or 78 to 04 car show going up here in the Northeast, somewhere in New Jersey, right? And we've been talking about that for a few months. And
Yeah.
I spoke to even War Admiral about it, Tom from the 50 Asylum, about maybe collaborating on something like that together with us. I mean, I don't really care. But, like, why can't we have something up here? I'm like, you know what? Let's see, because the Foxbody, then we've got a lot of members now. We've got a lot
Yeah.
of followers, a lot of great content there. The users are doing a great job. The members, it's growing, it's growing, it's growing.
36,000, I think. 37,000 at this
I think
point.
we're at over 38,000 now.
Are we?
Yeah.
I think so. Is it over 38, right?
Yeah, 38.
It's a lot of people, And we're just talking like, hey, maybe we'll look at this thing. And then you come along, Frank, and you're like,
I like it.
hey, I want to do this cars and coffee thing right in our backyard. I was like,
Yeah.
shit.
I'm excited to go.
Admittedly, I've told you before, like I've run events like this, so I do realize some of the logistics that are in place, and it's possible. It is a lot of work. There's a lot of moving pieces in it. And what the hell?
Well, let's talk about the logistics. So you started out. You've had 3 shows already, correct, Frank?
Yeah, so 3 shows.
Your first show was at a different location. Yeah, where was that?
Yeah, that was at Starbucks. That was at the Starbucks on Route 17. Now, if you're not familiar with the area, it's over in Bergen County. So Bergen County, it has blue laws. So the blue laws basically means you can't sell shit. All right? Like you could sell
On a Sunday.
essentials, but everything closes. So which makes Route 17, in the morning, it's dead. There's no cars. So you don't have to worry about being stuck in traffic. If, you've got a stroker motor that can't stay cool, you can still take it out. Also, just a lot less cars, a lot less congestion. So it's a prime area. So we started with the Starbucks in Paramus. However, I had mentioned before that the Lamborghini dealership had done a cars and coffee over there. And because there are so many, let's call it LARPing, and kids coming to take photos for content and whatever, that they actually gridlocked the parking lot. They couldn't get people into the parking lot, out of the parking lot. The police had to come, shut down the highway, and get people out because they were just overwhelmed. So I think Paramus police were kind of like, we don't want this. Somebody had called and was like, oh, they're doing a takeover, blah, 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 whatever. Cops showed up, they were cool. They were like, nobody's really complained. You guys can stay here. No big deal. There's probably about 25 cars for that show.
At your first Cars and Coffee.
So, yeah. But
to be fair, you did this on short notice.
Yeah. I think I made the post on Thursday for Sunday.
That's pretty good.
You made a post on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
There was people that showed interest. I contacted you Saturday afternoon to ask you about it.
Yeah. Well, but Blake was like contacted me, being like, "Are you still doing it?" Because John contacted me. I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Who's going?" Yeah, whoever shows up.
Yeah. So like, I think it was like the day before at like 6:00 in the afternoon. We're like, "Oh yeah, this thing is on."
Mm-hmm.
And like 13 hours later, 14 hours later, you showed up, and you had 25 Foxbodies, right? Show up.
Yeah. Couple SN95s, S197. There was like a 60s, I think like a 66 that showed up. So yeah, overall, really nice turnout for a couple days' notice.
Yeah. Well, he got 25 Foxbody guys to leave their house.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Well, sometimes you just need an excuse to take the car out.
Yeah.
So I saw the picture and I was like, wow, this thing looks promising. But then you realized that you were going to have issues with the parking lot.
Yeah, so you can't have people or expect people to be driving an hour out to a location and them get sent away. We're not kids anymore where we're hopping from parking lot to parking lot. We want to get where we're going and be good. So that was when I talked to the owner at Bagel Shack, and he was 100% behind it. He said, let's do this. Sounds great. He loves cars. He's a car guy himself. So we went with it. We did a little bit more promotion, gave a little bit more notice on it. And the next event, I'd say there was probably 40 to 50 cars that came through. And then I think word has slowly gotten out. We still haven't really tapped into the SN95 market.
There's a lot of cars.
So it was primarily Foxes with a very small number of SN95s. So, once the SN95 guys know, hey, that we're also welcome at this show too, then, I'd say we could easily have 100 cars.
78, right, to 04, right?
Yeah.
Foxbody, SN95, New Edge, however you want to classify it. I know people call New Edge SN, whatever, right? 78 to 04. That's just like the group, the Foxbody Den. That's who we. That's the market, the group of cars that we target, right? That we're all passionate about. That's who should be showing up at the Cars and Coffee, right? Because ultimately, this is Foxbody Den Cars and Coffee, correct?
Yep.
So it should be, like I said, 78 to 04. So if you got an SN95, you got a New Edge, you got a Cobra, 03, 04 Cobra. We have those too. We love those. We have SN95s too. A lot of the admins here.
And
bring them out.
It's not just the Mustangs. You've got Thunderbirds, you've got the Cougar. What else? There's a couple interesting cars.
Those other
other non-Mustangs. But there's been a couple cool cars that came out that, you typically don't think of when you think of a Foxbody.
Yeah, just come hang out. Just come up the house.
Come hang out, turn it into a thing. So Bagel Shack, the location. Where is this location?
Location's great. It's at the very top of 17, just a couple minutes from the New York State border. So a lot of guys coming from New York, you could take the Tappan Zee down and come down through New York rather than going through the George Washington and taking 80 to 17. So
I think that's the way we're going to come.
It's probably the better way to go.
Yeah.
So we've got
great location.
we've got the fourth show happening this Sunday. What's that date? This Sunday is
23rd.
The 23rd at 9 a.m. Right? It starts at 9 a.m.
We're going to weather permitting.
Weather permit. Well, come on, it's early. We're filming this on Monday. Everybody's freaking out like Sunday. It's already changing. Just have faith. The weather's going to be beautiful.
positive.
Weather
thoughts.
permitting, obviously, we'll announce it. If it's going to get rescheduled, we'll probably do it the following weekend for a rain
So
date. Whatever.
we won't be able to do it the following weekend. It would have to be the weekend after. Yeah.
There's a big car show at that location.
Yes, another group's doing a show there.
Yeah. So this is a location for. Yeah, it's pretty popular with
Well, he's gonna sell bagels. He's gonna sell a lot more bagels than he usually sells.
and the food is pretty good,
Yeah,
right?
let me tell you, their bagels are awesome. They have really great bagels, and they don't skimp on the cream cheese either. They like.
I'm ready. Let's go.
Laid in.
Ryan's like, I'll take a bagel. I'll take a
Take a
bagel.
bagel and Mustangs. Let's go.
Bagel, coffee, but we'll be there. We got a lot of guys. Well, not a lot, but we've got some guys driving out from Long Island, like Ryan, and a couple of the guys out there. So we're traveling. I'm coming from Staten Island, which is central New Jersey. So we probably have like an hour and a half ride.
Yeah, I think Joe Monty said he might want to come too.
Joe Monty, Will Monty.
Will.
Well, probably in the morning it'll be easy traveling because there's no traffic.
Yeah, it's not.
Sunday morning.
It's not bad. But we're driving. The point I'm making is, guys, we're driving. So hop in your Foxbody or your SN or and drive over. It'll be a good time.
We'll drive in, not trailer. We're driving, guys.
We're gonna have the Foxbody Den tent out over there, and I think I have like 50 shirts left over from the show, and we're gonna give them away to the first whatever your size until we run out. So we got black T-shirts, we got dark gray T-shirts, we got a few white, and I think we have some hats too. So we're gonna give that shit away to anybody that's gonna be there this Sunday, of course, weather permitting. So we're looking to have a good time. So you get to hang out with Frank and a bunch of the other owners, and you get to meet Ryan. What are you bringing, Ryan?
My 93 Cobra.
You're bringing the Cobra?
I haven't seen it since Motor City. Still on. It's
That
still
was a
on the
week and a
trailer.
half ago, buddy.
It's still on the trailer.
This guy, let me tell you something, Frank. Have you watched the podcast in the past?
I have, yeah.
Okay, so you know Ryan, right? Mm-hmm. Mr. Notch guy, right?
Yeah.
Mr. Notch. Oh, Notch better than Hatch. This guy loves his Cobra, and the Cobra is a what?
Hatch.
That's
Yeah.
right. You remember?
I've never owned a notch. That's like
What?
what I want to own a notch, but trying to find one that was in budget was tough.
Yeah.
It's a challenge.
Yeah.
Plus,
It's ridiculous.
let's be real. A factory, whether it's a notch, LX, GT, whatever, they're slow as shit stock. You need something that's got some modifications in it, whether it's a heads cam intake, blower, something, because they can't get out of their own way.
That guy with that 900-mile Mustang around the corner from you. So he likes that shit, Frank.
You know what? I would not be able to tear into it. But
Why not?
I would.
No.
Frank, you give me a 900-mile car, I'm tearing into it.
I would tear it up.
Listen, I have nothing against you. I know the one guy who's like, "Oh, how could you tear the motor out of your Celine? It's a numbers, whatever, rare car."
Oh, me? Yeah. I bought that car with 12,000 original miles.
It's your car. You do whatever you want with it. You enjoy it the way you want to enjoy it.
So at the end of the day, right, let's talk about this. This is a great debate, right? This is a great topic to talk about, right? What are you saving it for? What let's talk about cars, right? It's 2026, right? The Saline, 12,000 miles. If I'm going to put a value on it, some people are going to disagree, but I'd say a safe value on a 12,000 mile clean Saline is probably somewhere around 60 stock. Would you say that's pretty
I
accurate?
agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
yeah, I would say somewhere in that ballpark. Yeah.
60 to 65, right? So my car, if you look back, if you type in 1988 Saline on Google, number 345, that's the car. I think it sold for like $62,000 a couple of years ago on Bring a Trailer, right? So that's the market, right? Let's just say another 10 years from now, we're all 10 years older, right? Are these cars going to be as desirable? Maybe. Well, most of us will be in our mid to late 50s, maybe.
Yeah.
But it'll probably be on a downward trend. We own the car for 10 years, right? What's it going to be worth? Let's even 100. 100. Let's say now the $60,000 car goes to 100,000. You gain 40,000. Well, what's 10 years of inflation at 3 to 5% every single year, right? Because that's what the average is. I don't need to tell anybody that's alive today. The dollar is worth a lot less it is today in 2026 than it was even 6 years ago in 2020. It's probably worth about half. If they tell you anything different, they're lying to you, right? And what about all the storage and the maintenance, right? Like I've got a garage cost me $200-300 a month to store the car.
Why are you buying a car as an investment at that point?
Well, that's what I'm saying. So let's say conservatively, it costs you $200 a month to store a car.
Mm-hmm.
That's cheap,
right? That is cheap because a couple of guys were talking at the Cars and Coffee, and they were saying they're spending $400 a month on storage.
Yeah, the average up here in the north is $300 to $400 a month. Now we're just going to say $200 for our southern guys, right? Where the dollar gets stretched a little further, right? So it's $2,400 a year. You're paying car insurance on the car. A lot of us have classic car insurance. I mean, I think I pay probably about $500 a year for the car.
Yeah, about $400 or $500.
Mine's $300.
Okay, yeah. So let's say $400, right? Well, let's look at 10 years of ownership. 10 years at $400 a month. That's $4,000 right there, right? $4,000, just in car insurance. But then you got $2,400 a year to store the car. 10. That's $24,000. 24 and 4 is 28, right?
So you didn't make nothing if you even got 40.
What'd you make? What'd you make? 18? What'd you 20, 60 and 28 is 88. You made 12 grand.
Devil's advocate here, right? And say, well, I'm storing it in my own garage. It's not costing me $400.
Listen, there's a cost to everything. There's a cost to everything.
That's going to be the argument. I'm storing it in my own garage. It's not costing me anything.
Well,
so.
I mean, I get it. I mean, I guess if your house is paid for, you're still paying property tax. You're still paying for it. You're paying for the electric. A lot of these guys have these cars on tenders. They've got a dehumidifier in the garage, keeping the humidity out. Let's be real. Let's be real, right?
Yeah. Listen, I'm 100% with you. I can't see keeping the car and not driving.
And they're not leaving it outside. The guys that are treating this like an investment, they're not leaving it outside. These fucking cars are being treated like what are those fucking cows with in Japan? They get massaged with beer batter and shit.
The Wagyu beef.
Yeah. Wagyu beef. These motherfucking Foxbody owners are treating a Foxbody like Wagyu, whatever you want to call. But the point I'm making is true. They're spending a lot of money to maintain these cars over 10 years of ownership, right? What'd you really make? So let's say everything. You made 20 grand profit. After all your time, you made 20 grand in 10 years. Now look, I know there's cars like, Cobra R's you could have bought for $40,000 and now they're going for 150,
25. They were 25 in 2012.
Okay, I got it, right? But I'm talking about the average Foxbody owner. You're talking about a GT, even a Notch, right? You're going to make 20 grand in 10 years. You couldn't have done more with your money.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong. I might be wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
You should get better return than that.
You should be getting a better return, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I invest a little bit, right? You too, right? I mean, you're in a real estate investor, right? Would you rather tie 20 grand up in profit in a Foxbody or a couple of houses in 10?
Dude, I'd rather take a loan on the Foxbody and flip the money.
Well, depending on the interest rates and stuff like that.
It doesn't matter. I would still rather buy a house, take the money, take the profit, pay off the Foxbody.
And now after this podcast, there's going to be a lot of Foxbodies for sale.
That's fine. But what are you really saving it for? Right? What are you really saving it for? For the next guy?
Yeah.
You gotta hear John Saline scream, bro. You gotta hear that thing on the highway scream.
I mean, the Saline, the black coupe.
That's a 363, right?
Yeah, you gotta hear when that thing is next to you, man. You're like, you gotta hear it scream.
I mean, so we're all in our a lot of us are in our mid 40s to mid 50s, right?
Yeah.
We have 20, 30, maybe 35 years left in our lives. Sucks to say, but we really do, right?
Yeah, you're really
stretching
that number, bro.
There's some pessimism there.
Yeah, you're stretching those numbers, bro.
Yeah, I'm certainly not being optimistic. But regardless, 20, 30 years for most of us, right? Well, you're gonna spend the next 10 years of what you have left just staring at a car in your garage you don't want to drive? For what? For money? You're gonna give that shit, you're gonna leave it to a loved one? I love my kids. My son, I love him. He don't give a shit about these cars. I've tried.
Couple guys were saying the same thing. They're like, my kids, they have no interest in this at all.
Now to be fair, Ryan's little boy, RJ, loves this shit. RJ goes with us to the shows, travels. He's our little video guy. Shout out to RJ. Yeah, he loves this shit. But most kids, they don't.
Yes, he's different.
Right? He's different. Ryan's son is built different. And that's not to say, look, I'm sure he's going to listen and be like, well, not my kids. But look, I know a lot of people. The kids don't want, my son loves Mustangs. But guess what he loves? The new shit.
Yep.
Or the really old shit, the 60s shit, the muscle cars or the new modern stuff. He don't like any of the shit that we like in between.
The 60s shit is cool, though.
It is cool, right? It is cool. It's fucking cool, right? So you're going to leave this shit to your loved ones, and what are they going to do with it?
I told them I'm not leaving them nothing. That's still fun.
Okay. So you left them something that's worth a little bit of money? Maybe double what you paid for it? You had it for 20, 30 years?
Most of these
they don't
guys,
want it, they unload it.
They unload it.
Oh, so my son was saying what my cars are worth yesterday, and my wife goes, thanks, RJ. At least I know the numbers now.
I tell my wife, I'm like, don't worry about like the life insurance. Just sell the cars.
You know? Tell RJ. He'll tell you what it's worth.
Sell the fucking cars. You'll be fine. No, but the point I'm making is, I mean, if your kids aren't into it, do you really think they're going to get top dollar for it?
No.
They're going to come along. They're going to, look, you're probably going to be really disappointed.
20 grand is going to be a big number for them.
You're going to probably be really disappointed what's going to happen to your shit. So why not? I'm not talking about it for everybody, but why not enjoy what you have? Like, I don't know, man. These cars were never supposed to be investments.
No.
You know, Porsche guys did the same thing too, right? Like the Porsche the 911 was built like a teacher's car, like the Mustang, and it was built off the Beetle, and then they started collecting these things, like, and that's why these things, like after the pandemic, they shot up like 200-300 grand because people are holding on to them, not driving them, just buying them as an investment.
All right, listen, guy, there ain't no Foxbody going to be shooting up a regular Foxbody shooting up to 200-300 grand. It's just not.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
No. It's nice that they're shooting up, but it's also nice that if you drive them, they'll still shoot up. What, you lose 5 grand, 10 grand there?
Drive them. Like I said, like the saline, like, I'll rip that bitch apart. Why do I care? Like, I only care about while I'm here. Like, don't get me wrong, I love my kids. I do everything for them. Yeah. Outside of the cars, like, I raised them to be good, productive human beings.
I took the seats out of my Cobra and sold it. I sold the brakes and the wheels. I sold all that stuff.
I ripped apart my saline. I got all this shit in the garage, and I'm thinking to myself, like I'm saving it, and I'm like, well, I'm saving it, and then I'm thinking about the last couple of months, like, the fuck am I saving it for?
You're saving for the next guy that buys the car, if you want.
What? For him to put it back? I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
You know what, guys? I got a 6 set of mesh wheels. I've got all the original suspension. I've got all the original exhaust, right? I've got the original motor with 12,500 miles, the drivetrain. I'm going to now be taking out all the interior, the flow fit seats? Are they they're flow fit seats?
Those flow fit seats are nice.
Okay. 16,000 miles front and back, right? Because I just went and I got Roller Resources. Hit me up. Because I'd rather a guy that's restoring a saline, right? That's a little messed up, that's got high mileage, that wants it to look a little nicer, take my shit, give me some money for it, and make his car a little nicer, as long as you're driving it.
I think John Parker's dad was telling me that I think the flow fit seats, he said it was worth like 5 grand.
Whatever, you know?
Yeah. Like the original.
Call me. I've got the mint shit. It's all coming out. I'm not keeping this shit in my garage anymore. I'd rather sell it to somebody that's going to use it.
Yeah, I agree with you. Listen, the guy that's going to buy my Cobra is a guy like me.
Who's going to drive it?
He's going to want to drive it.
Yeah.
I put 1,000 miles on that car already.
I'm pissed. We're pissing off all the purists, the low
they
mileage guys.
they don't like us regardless.
Bro, I'll never forget. True story. I was at a car show 2 years ago, and we were at a pre-meet, and it was the evening. We were at a brewery, and it was like 7:00 at night, and then there's like 100 people in the parking lot. We're all hanging out. It's good. The weather's beautiful. Sky's sunny. It's nice and warm. And all of a sudden, like 4 or 5 guys just go start running to their cars. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? They're like, you gotta go. The rain's coming.
Can't get it wet.
And I'm like, what? Right? And it came an hour later. These motherfuckers took off. They're watching the radar. They're hanging out. Having a good. They're like, oh shit. Oh, rain.
We have a friend that's like that too.
Do we?
Yeah.
I'm having a hard time placing that friend.
Got a beautiful red notch, and I don't blame him. Louis Dent.
Oh, you're talking about Louis. Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
Louis ain't driving. Listen,
Yeah.
Louis checks the rain from like 5 days ahead, and I don't blame him. The car is beautiful. He doesn't want to deal with it.
So, I was telling John before, I don't even have wipers on the car, so no, it doesn't come out if it's raining. No,
I get it. You know,
I'm all for driving it, but like it's no fun to drive that car in the rain. It's on Toyo Proxies. It's got 410s. It's just,
ooh, yeah.
It's touchy. There's no reason to.
It's challenging.
Yeah. It's challenging. Right?
with the Toyos and that 410, yes.
The Toyo Proxies. Ooh, yeah. It's like
ice skating. Yeah.
It's like ice skating. Yeah, it's like ice skating on a cold winter day. But I mean, look. At the end of the day, man, fucking drive the car. Drive the car.
I've been preaching that stuff forever.
I want to say something, but I don't want to get us banned. But like, there's a saying that everybody uses about saving for the next guy. I think a lot of guys probably are going to.
I know exactly what you're.
Come on, guys, drive the fucking car. Drive the fucking car, man. Just enjoy whatever time you have left on this earth. There's no guarantees after this shit. Who the fuck knows what happens, man? Just drive the fucking car.
Yo, John, wasn't that hit
yesterday? On the back of the car, on the back of our shirts.
Yo, didn't that hit feels good yesterday when you punched it?
Oh, I mean, yeah. We're driving along. You're in your 04. Is it 03 or 04?
04.
04 Extreme Saline, right? Yeah. And you got a supercharger on that bitch, and we're cruising. And his son is in the passenger seat videoing me. RJ, shout out to RJ again. And he drops it. He gets his car in boost, Frank. You hear that? I drop mine, I downshift mine, and get it in boost. And he gets the hit on me. Boom, right? And then I'm like, oh, yeah, fucker. And then boom. So I've got 650 horsepower in this thing, right? 658.
I actually look at the video, watching the video. So Aldo called me this morning. He goes, yo, John's car was moving yesterday.
Yeah.
And I go, yeah, if you look at the video, it looked like we sped up the video. But we didn't speed up the video. That's how the car took off.
What did you do? Second gear 40 roll?
It was probably a second gear 40 roll. We were probably like that. Yeah. So if I would have just stepped on it, I mean, I would have fucking lit the tires up and went sideways. So I
was holding the gear. I was holding it. And if you listen to the video, you'll hear my car start whining before we took off. It wasn't John's car whining. It was my car whistling.
Yeah,
and then we took off, and it was a good hit, but his car at the top of third, it was actually moving.
I rolled into that bitch, I rolled into it, and then boom, and then got some traction, and then put that shit to the floor. It just took off. But hey, this is fucking fun. This is what you're supposed to do. This is what you're supposed to do with these cars, at least in my opinion. Sorry, like I said, I know right now. Well, they're probably not even around. We've been bashing the fucking low mile purist guy for 40 minutes now, so they're probably gone. Probably the rest of the guys that are still watching, like, yeah, fuck yeah, drive the car. But modify it, drive it, live your best fucking life, guys. You don't know. We're not 20 years old anymore.
The best part is getting parts. when you get in parts, when you walk up to your front door and there's like a couple boxes.
You see the boxes coming from LMR, NPD, and
listen, it's the same parts for the last car, and it's the same parts for this car. It's the same parts. You're just doing it like 5-6 times.
I gotta tell you, Rye, the wheels that you like, the wheel selection that you have been coming out with. The BBS wheels and the HREs and stuff like that, and now you got another surprise coming out for your black Foxbody.
Yeah.
The wheel selection, I need to adjust that camera. I'm doing it late. Pretty fucking impressive, man.
I get a lot of hate though. You know.
Do you really?
Yeah, I get a lot of hate
for the wheels.
Yeah, I get a lot of haters. I got good haters and bad haters. So.
Well, you're always going to get hate.
Yeah. They like it, but then they hate on it. So it's we know they like it. So.
But I'll tell you, your 93 Cobra specifically, Rye, you bought that car from Vinny.
Yes.
That was Vinny's old car. It was stock, bone stock, right? The car was bone stock?
Everything stock. Stock airbox still.
And you bought that car, and you immediately did some suspension, right?
Yes.
Lowered the car.
It sits right though. The way you
and the wheels. Good. Yeah. Let me tell you something, man. Wheels and stance on a car. I mean, you can I mean, there isn't a bigger upgrade. There isn't a better upgrade for totally changing the look of the car.
I'll be honest with you, man. Every time I see that car, man, that car gets me, bro. I'm like, yeah, like first of all, I don't like
got a crush on a hatch.
I don't like hatches, right? I don't like hatches. And every time I see it, I'm like, fuck, that car looks hot. Like it's like
I told you that about the Saline,
man. It's a hot chick.
I told you that about the Saline. You were busting my balls 3 months ago before you got your first hatch.
Yes.
And I've always been a notch guy too, but I stopped saying it because of my Saline. Yeah. And you're like, notch. And I'm like, I don't know, Rye. Like, I've always been a notch guy. I've always wanted one, but I got this hatch, this Saline. And my Saline is still my favorite fucking car.
I didn't see it. I didn't. It's a hot chick.
Now.
Hatches
not because of my car. It's not because of my car. Like, if I saw another Cobra like that, even a different color, different style wheels, but it likes in that category, I would be like, wow. Like somebody took, you know what I got tired of? I got tired of going to every car show and you'll see every 93 Cobra looks the same. Like the stock wheels are tucked in. They never dropped it because they worry about value.
8-inch wide, square, 245, fucking 50 or 45. What are they, 16s or something?
55 maybe. 17. Yeah, 17.
Okay.
It might be 50 or 55, but it's all of them looks the same. And I'm like, I don't want to own a Cobra for that. Like, I want to do something different.
And they leave it looking the same for the value.
And they all pull in the car show, and you go see like 15, 20 of them. Like, I had bought a black one with a 93 Cobra like 2 years ago, and I didn't want to touch it because I knew I was going to, because at the time I thought I paid $35 for it, and I thought I was going to lose some money if I did touch it. So I sold it to my boy. And he's touching it now. He's actually doing suspension. He's doing a whole bunch of stuff to it, but he's actually like enjoying it now that he's touching it.
Drive the fucking car. Drive the car. Put a set of fucking wheels on it. Lower it. Make the shit look nice.
It took me a while to talk him into it.
Did it really?
Yeah. He's like he kept going. He kept thinking about what it's worth, because Haggerty hit him up and said that the car was undervalued for the insurance.
So like, raise your.
So I sold them the car for what I paid, $35.
Raise the value.
They raised them at 41, and then like the following year in 25, they raised it to 61. Yeah. So they without any pictures, so it's worth about 60 with no pictures. So that means any condition they thinking is worth 60. So he didn't want to touch it. He paid 35 in 2 years. It's worth 60. So he's like,
I wonder how accurate that stuff is though, because like they praise my GT at over 20. I'm like, I think I'd struggle to get anywhere near that. But they're like, it could be appraised for more. You're undervaluing your car. I'm like, I don't. Do
you really think your car's worth less than 20? You got a nice car.
So.
An 86, 4i. It's
Yeah, it's clean. It's nice,
it's
but
clean,
it's definitely a driver car. It's not.
but it's regatta blue,
Yeah,
which is a rare
not
color.
common. Yeah, it's not common.
Yeah, it's an 86,
Yeah.
which is probably 85, 86 is probably the most desirable year of the 4i, correct?
Yeah, but there's nothing in there that's 86 anymore.
There's what?
There's nothing in there that's 86 except for the body panels.
Oh, you tore it all out. What'd you do?
Oh, I bought it like that. I didn't do it. It's got a different block in it. It still has 86 rotating internals, heads cam intake. It's got 410 built rear. It's got Cobra brakes all around, 5-lug swap. There's nothing mechanical in there that's 86.
What about the interior? You still got the
Interior is still stock, so it still has the 86 seats, which are, I don't know, make the car.
I like
I
the
got.
seats.
What's that?
I like the 86 seats.
Do you?
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, I'm a big 4i guy. I love 4i's. I love the exterior of them. The outside, I just love the.
You don't see a lot of them
look.
either, because like Cars and Coffee, it took until our third one for other 4i's, and I think I was one of 3 there. So before that, there wasn't a single 4. I was the only 4i.
The interior though, and a 4i. No offense, and everybody knows I'm a 4i guy. That sucks, bro. The interior on a 4i is bad.
The gauges, I think, look kind of like an aircraft, has that setup. But the rest of it is, I don't know. I think the 87 up interior is nicer.
The Aero, yeah, much nicer. That's
I like your interior, John, on that Re-Blue.
well, Re-Blue, yeah, but Re-Blue had custom interior, right?
Yeah,
Everything got wrapped. But I'm talking about a 85 any 4i car, the interior itself, just the design, everything's squared off, like the dash is. I don't. It's just. It's really old. I mean, it's archaic. The Aero cars, 87 and up, I think they're just a little more modern. I think the interior is much nicer. I've heard a lot of people say that too. Yeah, but
It takes
that's
some
pain in the ass,
electrical
isn't it?
work, though. Yeah.
It does.
Yeah, I don't think it's just a direct swap. A lot of
You don't-
components.
You don't own any 4i's, Ryan.
No.
You never have.
No, I haven't. But I think if I build another notch, I'll probably look for a 4i.
Really?
Yeah. But different. I'm touching everything.
Why? What's inspiring you to go get yourself a 4i notch?
Oh, a friend of mine.
Who's that?
Yeah. I like Re-Blue.
Look, yeah.
I like Re-Blue.
I think it's Louis. Mike Jones.
Louis' car is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, Louis' car is nice. Very nice.
That's not the car that's inspiring you to go get yourself a 4i notch?
Yeah, I like Louis' car. He did a
Yeah.
lot of stuff to that car. I don't think I'm going that far.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
We got to see if we can get him to go out to the Cars and Coffee with us this
No.
weekend.
He won't go.
No, with the threat of rain, he's staying
No.
in. It's
No.
got to be like perfectly sunny, like just sunny on the forecast, 0% chance of rain.
Nah, he told me that he doesn't want to drive that far no more. Like he was debating on going to Foxtoberfest. He still is.
For this year?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he's like he was gonna go to Detroit. Remember, he canceled.
Yeah, well, because of the weather.
Yeah, so he's I think he's debating.
Yeah.
Say he doesn't want to drive that far.
You only talking about an hour and a half, 2 hours to North Jersey for this Cars and Coffee?
Who knows?
Oh my God!
Listen, guys on Long Island don't want to leave Long Island. Like we have a guy here, Keith. He doesn't leave Long Island.
Oh, Keith.
Yeah,
Well, he's going to Foxtoberfest with us.
but he hasn't gone.
Yeah, well, you hear it. You believe it when you see it, right? People
Yeah,
that
he
travel
doesn't.
off.
He doesn't like leaving Nassau.
He doesn't like leaving Nassau, huh?
No.
Well, listen, some people they get stuck in their ways, and the world is a big scary place outside of their hometown, and
He does, But I see a lot. I saw your video. It was great. The video was great. Got me pumped. I'm ready.
of
Let's go.
the Foxbody.
The hype videos.
Yeah, the hype video was good. I was like, wow, this is good. I was looking in the background to see if I see it was a white notch there. I hit Blake up. He said it was really nice.
Yeah.
Did Blake bring his white GT?
The first one at Bagel Shack, he brought Slow Ride, and then the last one he brought out the White Hatch.
Blake, if you're listening to this Sunday coming up, the 23rd, bring your GT. I've seen Slow Ride. I love it, but I've seen it like 3 times. I want to see that GT.
Yeah, but Slow Ride is a
The White
superstar.
Hatch is nice. His wheels, are one of a kind. And actually, there was another Fox there that had his same wheels in the gray or gunmetal instead of the silver. And that was the first time I've ever seen anybody with those wheels. And he said it was the first time he's seen anybody with the same wheels.
Well, he's got that matching red.
Yeah, the
Recaro
Recaro interior. Yeah,
Is that scarlet? Is that scarlet red
I'm not sure. I know there's a
either.
couple different reds.
Yeah, I mean, but it's a perfect match.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
Yeah.
What wheels you got on that car?
They're the 808.
Odd Hans.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
okay.
that's what they're.
Yeah. The same one Joe had and Gooby.
Oh, Odd Hans.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
it's the same. The DS06.
DS06.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They look good. They look good on the car.
So let's talk about wheels, Rye. Where you been getting those wheels, Rye?
Who, me?
Yeah, you've been buying all these wheels. Where do you want to disclose, or do you want to?
Yeah.
Plead? Where have you been getting these wheels, Ryan? How have you been ordering them? Do you want to share that with the rest of the community? I know we've talked about this, and I'm giving you the opportunity to either run with it or plead the fifth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm been getting it from Timo.
No,
I've been getting it from Timo.
have you really?
No, but
No.
I've been getting it from. I'm fucking around. Nah, they're replicas. They're replicas. HRE replicas. I got them from China. Alibaba. Yeah. They're forged. They're 2-piece, but they're reps. So.
Yeah, we were actually talking about this at Foxes and Coffee, a couple of us, about either the Alibaba setup or like we were talking about like Roller Resources or Recaro Seats for Sales. Like you're sending a random account, how many thousands of dollars to somebody in the Philippines. You have no recourse. It sets off every single red flag that you have.
No. So what people get confused about and that they don't know. Alibaba it's like eBay.
Yeah.
So eBay is like the middleman that handles the deal for you.
Mm-hmm.
So if you do the payment through them, if you have an issue, then you'll get refunded.
Okay.
So yeah, so it's not a big deal. So
Plus, we got Joe Cruz. So anybody fucks
Yeah.
with us, we'll just send his ass over to China and he'll take care
nah,
of it.
it's
Yeah.
legit.
Yeah.
I don't think the wheel company wants you to know, but so like on HRE wheels.
Hold on. Do you really want to go down this road right now?
Well,
Do
yeah.
you really?
We're already here, so fuck them. So like those guys that sell Bolsons,
Yeah.
those are coming from Alibaba.
Yeah,
Bolson brings
I've heard
the wheel from
I've heard
Alibaba.
stories that a
Yeah,
lot
like,
of these distributors are getting it from them.
Like the company Anarchy. Anarchy is Alibaba. Like if I see the wheel from the back,
Hold on.
hold on.
Let's hold on.
Listen, bro.
Hold on. You're saying Alibaba, but it's not coming from Alibaba.
It's coming from China.
Okay.
Alibaba is a Chinese company.
No. Alibaba is a Chinese market.
Yes, that
Like eBay is an American market where
He
Chinese
brokers-
manufacturers.
it brokers the wheel for you to be the middleman. It says Alibaba, but it was the Chinese guy that
The Chinese
It's the market.
manufacturer.
It's the market. It's the market for them to reach people outside of China, manufacturers, wheel
you're
manufacturers,
dealing with the factories.
to deal directly with the end user, the public, guys like you and me.
Fuck it. I put all them on blast. Yo, just send me a picture of the wheel. I'll tell you where the fuck it's coming from. I know. Listen, I'll give like VT Forge, same barrels. HRE, same barrels. Anarchy, same barrels.
Oh boy.
Right? All these guys, same barrels. So if they got that shit on their car and they pay $12,000, same barrel. You want to send me a picture? I put my name on it. I know what barrel they are.
Ryan's going to get a cease and desist on him.
Listen. So hold on. again.
Yes,
Let me
yes.
let me say a
Look,
few.
if you got Anarchy on your car, you know where it came from.
Okay.
You got BC Forge, you know where it came from.
Hold on.
There's a black guy, right, on Instagram, and he's telling you with all the manufacturers that's bringing the wheels, like all the wheels, they're coming in, and then they're getting distributed by other. So they're getting the wheels built there and selling them here for like $12,000,
Yeah.
$10,000,
So
$15,000.
So my question, which nobody seems to have an answer for this, and it's come up with other people as well.
Hmm.
You order these, right? They come in, and then what happens with like tariffs, import fees, and whatnot? Because I've heard horror stories where they order
You know that thing?
something and it's like an additional $800.
No, on the Rolo seats, there's a tariff on them. So on my seats, they were 150 on
Yeah.
the it was 150 I had to pay on
This
custom.
shit's different too.
Yeah, like John had to pay what, 250?
I think like 290.
And
And I
then
ordered my seats like
What's
3 weeks after you did.
my other
what's the
boy paid 250.
discrepancy like in price? Because they can't tell you how much this is going to be, and then you just get surprised with whatever from DHL. That,
No,
hey,
man.
It's crazy. No, because
No,
we
but
paid the same price. We paid the same price to Roller for our seats. We got the same set, basically.
yeah, like my
Different
boy's
color.
seats were his seats were like $4,500, and his
Yeah.
was the same price as John on the tariff. So
Well,
I guess it
he had a
depends what
custom
week
set.
it lands.
He had your friend had a custom set done for
Yeah,
4,500. You
yeah.
and I had a regular set done.
I might
Recaros, front,
20,
back, door
27.
panels. Yeah, door panels, shift to boot, emergency brake boot. 27. We both paid 27.
Yeah,
I did mine for my Saline, and you did yours for your Cobra.
yeah,
So we both ordered from Roller.
yep,
We paid 2,700 for all of that. But when yours and you ordered yours like maybe 3 weeks before I did,
yeah.
yours came when it hit.
150.
It was 150. Mine was like 290.
Yeah.
So there is no rhyme or reason. I don't know what it is.
It's if you can't afford the 250 or 290 or 150, then don't buy the seats. But if you're
yeah,
worried about something little, that's what it is. It's like that. But
yeah,
like all the wheel manufacturing, all that stuff, like if you know what you're doing, you could order a nice set of wheels, and it's a two-piece forged wheel.
yeah,
Listen, I look at it like this: if you pick up a set of wheels for like $2,500, $3,000 from China, and you go to LMR and you pay $2,000 for a wheel, you're buying a cast wheel compared to a forged wheel.
yeah,
It's listen, VT forged wheel, it's for 4,300
yeah,
bucks, right? Victory wheels, 4,300 bucks. It's the same wheel. It's the same wheel. It's the same barrels. It's the same wheel. And I know $10,000 wheel that if you flip the barrel over, I could tell you which barrel it is.
I'm
But the what?
I'm wrong, Ryan. I paid $300.68. I just looked it up in my email.
Yeah, and I was like
My tariff, yeah.
157 or something. So
So
There's no rhyme or reason to
no,
what it is, but
I've
it
looked
does
up
cost
like
more.
if you Google it and look up like different people situations, there's stories of people getting hit with 600, 700, $800
no,
tariff
I
things.
don't think so. I don't think so. I watch the comments and I hear people talk shit, and
Yeah,
once I hear them talking shit, I know that they don't know what they're talking about. Like a lot of these guys, they talk shit, but they don't really know what they're saying or what they're doing. And the person that knows really looks at them and says, "This guy's an idiot."
So
So
so let's get back to the wheels.
yeah,
Okay. All right. So the manufacturers are not ordering them from Alibaba like we are. Let's
they're
get that
just running
straight.
from the factory
Alibaba is a marketplace like eBay is, right?
or marketplace.
They connect the manufacturer and the end user, the consumer, right? And they act as a broker in between. I would imagine they charge some sort of a fee. They offer some sort of a guarantee and all of that stuff, right? I don't think I know Alibaba's not involved with the transaction between some of these well-known wheel manufacturers and the people here in the States that are buying them,
Yeah,
right? Okay? What you're saying is something different, though. What you're saying is most of these wheels and most of these parts, the hardware,
they're getting
fenders,
made.
barrels,
They're
are
getting made
not
here.
being made in the United States.
No, they're not.
They're
No.
being made overseas. And a lot of these same manufacturers, and again, we're not calling out any manufacturers. You mentioned some manufacturers.
I am.
Okay, let's
Hit me up.
What?
Hit me up.
Okay, but you're saying that a lot of these manufacturers
Yes.
are sourcing
The
their
barrels,
shit
the
from
phase.
overseas,
Yes.
and they're saying it's made in the USA.
Yes.
Okay,
So I think they
you don't know for sure. Hold on.
No, I
Let's
said
be
I
clear.
think.
You don't know. Okay, you
I
think.
said I no,
Okay.
but I know I have
Don't do that.
I have seen some
You
of the
think?
videos of what companies are bringing in the wheels and
Okay.
1,500, 2,000 sets.
Okay,
All right. But
okay,
I
you've
think
seen evidence of again not mentioning none of the manufacturers.
not-
I'm trying to protect you, Ryan.
I think some of the I think a lot of the barrels and the face are getting cut there, getting shipped here, and maybe get assembled here. Some is getting assembled there, some is getting assembled here. And once you assemble it here, it's built in America.
assembled,
Assemble.
right, and finished.
Yes.
I've heard too. I've heard that what you're saying. I've heard the whispers, right? I've heard that they're shipping all the parts to these manufacturers, and they assemble a lot of. Like it's the same thing in my business, in the window and door business, right? It's like, oh, one of the last industries that everything's made in the USA, but no, because all the raw materials are being sourced from overseas.
Yeah.
They come here, and then they cut them all up and they assemble it here, right? So made in the USA. Okay, whatever. But so you're saying the same thing is happening.
I think
in-
so
in
too.
the
Like,
wheel
like
industry.
like even the cars and stuff. A lot of the parts in the cars that we're getting,
Well, we
they're
know that.
coming-
We know that. I mean, with
Yeah,
the
they're
aftermarket,
saying
how
it's only
shit-
coming
Yeah.
from there. Like a lot of the batteries and stuff.
let's stay on the wheels, right? The wheels.
Yeah.
So parts are being made. They're being shipped here. They have American workers assembling them,
Mm-hmm.
and then finishing them. Correct?
Yeah.
That's what you're saying. And a lot of those same manufacturers that are selling the parts to these wheel manufacturers are available on Alibaba. Correct?
Yeah.
For everybody in the community to go directly to
Well,
and
there-
buy something
There was
at
a
a
there
similar,
was a post today.
at a
um,
significant discount.
So there was a post today on a black set of CCW wheels,
Mhm.
and we were looking at them, and then when you read it, it says reps, and I was shocked. Once I saw reps, I went back and looked at the wheels, and they were really good. They were really good. I even called Lee on the phone. That's why me and Lee was talking on the phone.
So is there a chance that the manufacturer that makes these for these actual
All right.
wheels are
All right.
also selling them as reps?
All right, check this out. So me and Lee looked at the wheel, and me and Lee know what we're looking at. So when I told you I talked to him earlier, we were talking about that set of wheels.
Uh-huh.
And if I was gonna score that wheel from 1 to 100, I give that wheel like an 88,
Okay.
right? So it was the cap was a little off. The cut on the W was good. I think this wheel, the C was a little off. Usually it's the W that's off, right?
Okay, so you can tell that they're reps.
But so even Lee goes to me. He goes, I wouldn't be able to tell if I didn't have another one next to it.
For a third of the price or 1/4 of the price?
Quarter of the price probably. And it's a forged wheel. So even when me and him was talking today, we're like, yo, that wheel was good. That one was really good. And he's like, yeah. He goes, I thought it was the wheel, and then I saw rep. And I said, me too. And then he goes, yeah. And then I had to double check the wheel.
And what you say about the quality of the barrels and everything? And
Oh yeah. Listen, the barrels are top notch. The barrels are really nice. Like it's clear inside. It's nice. If you get a good company and make the wheel, it's a nice wheel. Like really nice.
Yeah. You're not talking about cheap shit
No,
that's going to
nice.
fall. You're talking about
No,
some high quality shit.
Listen, I'm talking that the same guys that's paying 12 grand, like that nice.
So,
No bullshit.
so there are other companies that have popped up in our community, right?
Yeah.
That aren't some of the well-known manufacturers that have been around a while, right?
Yeah.
Like I'll just Victory, BT, right? These guys. I'm assuming, I'm not 100% sure. Makers Forged, right?
Yes.
They're buying those wheels.
Listen,
They're not getting forged
bro, the
wheels
time
out
frame,
here, right?
the time, why is the time frame the same as the time frame that you have to wait for? If they're making the wheel here, right? Shouldn't we get the wheel like in 4 weeks?
Uh-huh.
Right? Why we gotta wait 8 weeks, 12 weeks is the same time frame.
Because good things come to those who wait.
Yeah. So, like they tell you one thing, right? Like, yeah, dude, you gotta wait like 8 to 12 weeks. We ought to set up maker wheels in May. It's supposed to be here 8 weeks. It's like over 12 weeks already.
Did we just get ourselves in trouble?
Nah, people want to talk. People want to listen. A lot of people want to talk behind, and they don't say nothing. So I'm just gonna say it. So
Oh, people talk shit about you having reps and blah 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 blah.
yeah.
So we're just gonna release it.
But you know what's funny? When I walk by a lot of the cars, I could tell where their wheels came from. And I actually know a couple guys that was talking crap that their wheels are the reps. They just don't know it. Just saying. Just saying.
Don't mention any names. But anyway,
Listen,
so
two of the wheels are reps on the same car.
an hour and 11 minutes in. This has been our first podcast in like 6 weeks, right? It's been a while since we released one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Somebody called you out on it.
They did. It's funny. I didn't think people were watching. I expect it when Gary Castle and Chris Infamous, when they don't do a podcast. They've been around for years. They've got a huge following. Same thing with the 5-0 Asylum. I see guys bust their balls, but then people start to call us out. I'm like, really? The third podcast? Like, oh, come on, really? So I'm like, you know what? We better get back to it.
I haven't done one with you like in 2 months.
It's been a long time, yeah. Well, it's summer. We've been doing the car shows, the family things. I was on a cruise, and we went to Motor City. Yeah, you were in Vegas with the family. We've been doing a lot of shit. Frank's been breastfeeding a 4-month-old.
It's hard work, but somebody's got to do it.
I remember those days, man. My wife was like, "You don't want to stay up with me and do it?" And I'm like, "Bro, you're the only one breastfeeding. Like, why I got to stay up with you?"
For emotional support.
Yeah, she's like,
so we're going to get much more consistent with it now. It's August, right? So we're just more or less getting ready for Foxtoberfest, right?
yeah.
In 2 months. So we got a lot more time.
I'm waiting for my real wheels to come in.
You did order a real set of. You and I both ordered a real set of. Should we say the manufacturer?
Yeah, CCWs.
CCWs. Yep.
Real ones.
Do you want to say what model?
Yeah, I got the SA50.
SA50s.
Yeah.
And I got the fucking the classics, like every other asshole with a black.
But you want it. You want. Since you sold your car with those wheels, you kept talking about it.
I had these wheels, Frank, on this car, and then I got the other black T-top coupe, and I was like, oh, that looks cool. I'll put them on that, right? Because it's weird. I had 2 black notchbacks for a while. One was a T-top, and then this one that I love. So I took the CCW Classics off Nocturnal, the car I have, put it on a T-top coupe because I was getting these bullshit bronze wheels that I have on. I was excited. I was like, oh, they're going to look great. And they look like shit. So the wheels stayed on the car that I sold, and I was like, I had to sell the car with the wheels, and I'm like, I got to get me another set of those. So I'm going back to it. So
The CCWs would look nice on my car, but
Do it, bro.
CCWs?
yeah. Right now I got bland chicken, so
Yo, listen, bland chicken.
yeah, I got.
We
bland
like bland chicken. We like bland chicken. Bland chicken is one of my favorite wheels, man.
Yeah, it looks good. It looks good. But there's nothing that sets it apart,
Nah.
So I wanted to end on that comment you made there, but since we like going off on wheels, so our plan is we're going to start doing two a week, right, from here on out, like we were before.
I'm down.
Again, not on a schedule, so don't bust our balls. We don't come out on like set days. Like you might get one, on Thursday and another one immediately on Friday. We don't give a shit. We just put it out there. You like it, you like it. You don't, fuck you. I don't really care. We're not on a schedule. If you love it, then great. We love you too. Right?
I'm with it, bro. Let's do it.
We're just doing this for.
We're gonna go hang out with Frank. We're gonna eat some bagels, try some Jersey, coffee.
Jersey bagels.
Jersey bagels.
New York bagels. Not as good as New York bagels, right?
I don't know. They're pretty damn good.
I don't know. You got to bring some from Long Island, and we got to compare them. We got like a bagel contest.
Nah, man. I'm looking to go hang out with some different people, man. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go.
Jersey.
I'm ready to go.
I don't know if you could see that, but there's my boy, right? And that's a bagel next to his head, all right?
Does look like a pretty good bagel, right?
Yeah.
It does. So we're gonna shoot off, guys. Ryan, thank you for joining us. Frank, we appreciate everything you do for us.
Yep.
Frank has been the what do you want to call it? The founder, the guy who's coordinating all of these shows for us. Frank will be deeply involved with us moving forward if we do that show in New Jersey. I spoke to Frank about that. Frank, we appreciate you doing this for the community, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
it's been a lot of fun. Met some really great people. The community as a whole is pretty awesome. So, a lot of people have said the camaraderie and the people, top notch. Like
95% of them. The other 5%.
I'll give it 98, man. There's a lot of nice guys, man.
We'll talk. Well, yeah, there's mostly nice guys. There's a few though. We'll talk about this on the next episode.
There's a lot of nice guys out there, man. We're not gonna let one or two guys ruin it for the whole community.
Yeah. But for now, we're gonna end on that. Those guys, you can eat a dick. See you later.
Guy, bro.